So welcome everyone to our forgiveness practice group. So to start with, let's just remember what forgiveness is, because as Jesus says, we're apt to distort it. So just need to remind ourselves that forgiveness in the world is the process of believing someone has done something to us, or we've done something to them, and then going about being very good and honourable and saying, I forgive you. But in the course of forgiveness, we come to say, you never did anything. Forgiveness is saying that what I thought my brother has done to me hasn't occurred. And the reason why it hasn't occurred is we're told that this whole world is an illusion, a dream, a great stage play, that it has no reality, and it is not our reality. And it's like a false reality that we're living in, seeming to be in, and need to wake up from. We need to see that this whole reality is a great big illusion, a big projection. And that's the teaching of A Course in Miracles. And that's the way we come to be healed and wake up from it, by saying that I am giving everything all the meaning it has. That nothing has any meaning. Every single thing here is, in truth, meaningless. Everything. Everything you look around your home or where you are sitting right now, everything you purchased or someone else purchased it for a meaning. It was something. Now, things can be very practical. They can serve a practical purpose. And we will need things while we're here for a short time, he says. But we're really going beyond all meaning. So if you've got, if all we need to do really is look at the meaning we've given everything. And it doesn't mean we have to leave things or get rid of them, but to notice the meaning. Notice the meaning we give our bodies, the world around us, the people in our lives. We're really living in a world that we've given a meaning to. And we might really say that we're living in like a virtual reality sort of cartoon world, or a stage play. So you might, something that might be helpful for you, which I've found helpful over the years, is when you start to get into sticky situations or sticky conversations with people where you feel yourself reacting, just imagine that you're sitting with this person on a stage and you're having that conversation, and you're both actors, and they're saying their lines and you're saying yours, and the audience are watching. And it'll free you a little bit of that seriousness. If Shakespeare says, you know, all the world is a stage and we're the actors, we can start to shift ourselves from the seriousness of this world and back to just being a bit more light-hearted. We eventually have to let everything go. And this is this morning, the sort of pointing, of this morning's talk. There'll be something between you and God right now that you won't be able to let go of. There's something. There's a, there could be, you might have the fear of financial insecurity. You might have the fear of death. You might have a grievance against someone that you think you cannot see them as pure holiness and say, this never happened. It happened, you know, it's my dream. There will be something between where you're right now and God. And that something is keeping you in hell. And literally, Jesus is bringing his course with a big, it's like he's bringing this big plate of the peace of God. And he's saying, I've got this offering to you of a tranquil, peaceful mind. I've got this beautiful, peaceful mind that I'm offering you. Here it is. Do you want it? But to have it, you cannot hold on to anything in this world. You cannot hold on to that I want my body to live, that this person aggrieved me from the past, and I feel that I let them off the hook. If I say they never did it, it couldn't have happened because it's a dream. This peace of God is being offered to us, but we cannot accept it if we hold on to one tiny thing from the past, and that includes the body. That's why the last obstacle is the fear of God, and the second last obstacle is the fear of death, because all our concerns are based around body. And in this dream, all bodies get left behind. The body gets left behind, whether you do it with the Holy Spirit, where Jesus says, you'll basically, when you're enlightened, you will be guided when to drop the body. You won't die. There won't be anything wrong with the body. You'll simply just give it up. You'll just shed it, because it won't die. Because how can love die? The body isn't alive, so it can't die. So even if you believe in death, birth and death, the body is going to get laid aside, either with the ego or the Holy Spirit. So why not die to the self now? Why not come to God with empty hands now? Because this is what's between where we are and where God is. And he's literally giving us, here's the peace of God. And we need to say, what is between me and God? What is between me and total surrender to God? Totally coming to God and saying, I give myself to you, totally. I give you my body. I give you my life. I give you my house. I give you my finances. I give myself totally to you. I let everything go. I let the past go. I let the future go. I come to you with nothing. I'm just going to read this little section of lesson 189. Simply do this. Be still and lay aside all thoughts of what you are, which is a body, and what God is. And we've got a concept of God that we need to let go. All concepts you have learned about the world, all images you hold about yourself, empty your mind of everything it thinks is either true or false, or good or bad, of every thought it judges worthy, and all the ideas of which it is ashamed. Hold on to nothing. Do not bring with you one thought the past has taught, nor one belief you ever learned. Sorry, I'll repeat that. Nor one belief you ever learned before from anything. Forget this world. Forget this course, and come with wholly empty hands unto your God. This is the total surrender to God. This is what's between us and the peace of God. This is the way. Is it not He who knows the way to you? You need not know the way to Him. Your part is simply to allow all obstacles that you have interposed between the Son and God the Father to be quietly removed forever. God will do His part in joyful and immediate response. Ask and receive. But do not make demands, nor point the road to God by which He should appear to you. The way to reach Him is merely to let Him be. For in that way is your reality proclaimed as well. And so today we do not choose the way in which we go to Him, but we do choose to let Him come. And with this choice we rest. And in our quiet minds and open minds, our quiet hearts and open minds, His love will blaze its pathway of itself. What has been denied is surely there, if it be true and can be surely reached. God knows His Son and knows the way to Him. He does not need His Son to show Him how to find His way. Through every open door, His love shines outwards from its home within and lightens up the world in innocence. So this dying to the self is the way to be free. And I know in my journey, when I read that section, I would sometimes go out and lie on a grassy area outside on a nice warm day and just really open my arms, lie down and open my arms and legs really wide and just sort of say, God, I'm yours. Take me. I'm yours. And that's dying to the self, because all the ego's self-interests in the little separated self all be surrendered to God. And one of the things about just purely surrendering to God, I can guarantee you there's no sacrifice or loss. We move into an all-encompassing love and experience. That what we do, that big surrender, takes us to an all-encompassing love. We feel like we're carried down a stream, a gentle path, He says, where nothing can disturb our peace. Because when you're completely detached from the world, unattached from having anything or being anywhere or doing anything. It's beautiful. It's free. The Holy Spirit won't make you do anything you don't want to do. And the reason why is because you will not have a self that doesn't want to do anything. Because the self that says, this is what I want to do, is the ego self. So what happens is all plans are given to the Holy Spirit. But in my experience, and you'll find that many people that have done this before, gone before you and completely given everything over to God. And as he says, we just have to ask and receive. Nothing is taken from you. You're not asked to sacrifice anything or live without anything. In fact, it's the opposite that happens. Your mind is so intimately grateful for everything, and it looks upon the holiness of everything, and it sees the love of God in everything and everyone. Its whole way of being and living is so amazingly beautiful in every moment. You feel so joyful and happy. The things of the world are not seen as the way they were before, where there's comparisons. This is good, that's bad. I want to get rid of this. I want to keep this. This person's like this person's like that. It's literally everyone is the same love of God. So the mind that you come to live in when you let go, like he says in that prayer, come to God with empty hands. You let go. You let go of all the stories, all the worry about the future, everything that you think, everything you're ashamed of, everything. He covers everything in that prayer. We come to God with empty hands. So what we do in forgiveness is we're doing these little surrenders. Every time in our little group we say, Holy Spirit, here's this thing today that's come up for me. This is the judgment that I've got today on this person or on myself, or some guilt or some comparison or whatever's coming up for you. As you surrender it up to the Holy Spirit and say, you take this, you're doing this little prayer. You're doing part of it. You're getting used to the surrendering of what you don't want. You're giving it over. We're edging towards God bit by bit. Each tiny surrender, I put this on the altar to you, Holy Spirit. You take it. I don't want it. We're surrendering. We're coming to God bit by bit with empty hands. We're emptying our hands, and we're doing it gradually. We're getting we're getting familiar and in a habit of surrender. This is what's keeping me stuck today, Holy Spirit. You take it. Help me see this differently. I want another way of seeing this. So this is our practice. It's called forgiveness, but it's surrendering the egoic view. So we're getting cleaning out. We're cleaning out. And as we do this process, we're becoming more familiar with it, and it's more of a habit. And eventually we will just one day just surrender everything and just give our whole self over. So I'm going to pause the recording now so we can go through and do our practice of forgiveness. Thank you everyone for beautiful sharing and beautiful group, and I love you and I bless you and I honour you.
Thank you, Kate.
Thank you. Have a beautiful day.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.